Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain. And today, we're going back in time again, December 1992, right at the start of the month, and we are going to play as the Ottawa Senators again. We had a pretty decent month of November. I think it surprised absolutely everybody, including me. But if we look at the on the right hand side here, if we look right here on the right hand side, we can see the Sens are last, but we have quite a few chances here to be going up in the standings. Where we have 17 points, which is just as many as the Hartford Whalers. Although we did play two more games, but it's pretty kind of tight here at the bottom. So if we can get a few more wins, we might not be completely at the bottom. And keep in mind, I had expectations extremely low for the very first year. All I wanted to do was to have more points than the Sens did in their first season, which was 24 points, and we're already at 17. So, heck, even with just a decent month of December, we might already break that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I mean, we still don't have a powerhouse of a team. I didn't make any changes because we did have a decent month, so I decided to kind of keep what we have. It looks like it's been working for us, so... if we take a quick look, we can say I have a bunch of wingers on the trading block, players that I feel that are not really contributing much of anything. For now, I'm holding on to Doug Smale. He's having an abysmal season, but he sounds like the kind of guy that might go at the trade deadline or something like that, so we're going to see if he can help out in the meantime. So we still have an injury, which is Lonnie Loach. He's out for a few more weeks, so we're not going to be able to use him. But other than that, we're healthy, except for Laurie Boschman here. That has a cut in his face, probably cut shaving or something. So I'm feeling pretty good about this, so let's take a look. So, first game is at home against the Minnesota North Stars. I do believe that's the wrong logo, by the way. They have pretty much all of the real logos in the game. Not sure if it's just a mistake or something, but I don't believe that's the right logo. So as we know, Minnesota moved to Dallas. They're now the Dallas Stars. I believe that's the year right before they moved, or it was 2 years after that they moved. So they're really about to move, and I've set the game so that moves like that are going to happen, as they did in real life. So Minnesota's going to lose their team to Dallas, and the expansion teams are going to show up at the right time and everything. It's all going to happen. So let's go ahead and play. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. So feeling pretty good. We're playing against Minnesota. Jody Hull is on the first line. Bergquist on the second line. With Larionov, so the two guys that I signed there, playing both on the second line, and they're a 14, so they're playing their role pretty good. It's not stellar, it's not superstar level, but it's decent. Pretty much the best we have. So, all right, John Casey's going in net for Minnesota. Minnesota's just a little bit above 500, 12, 11, and 2. So let's go ahead and see if we can do some damage here. So I'm going to go ahead and sim the first game. Oh, that's not a good start. So we lost 5-0, and looks like we didn't generate a lot of offense. So let's see here. So Brian Propp was the first star with a goal and 2 assists. Jason Johnson. Ugh. Having a little bit of Jim Johnson. Yeah, that's what I thought. A goal and an assist, and Trent Klatt with a goal and an assist. So we did limit them to a good amount of shots, 27. That's really not terrible. but we didn't produce enough offense. Just 17 shots here is not going to cut it. We did have more face-off one. A little bit of penalties in the game. Penalties were a little bit more frequent, I believe, in those years. So just not a good game. It looks like the goaltending really wasn't up to par there. I mean, 5 goals on 27 shots, that's not going to win you many games. So we'll have to do better with the next in the next game. So Rob Ramage, Tampa Bay is trying to pass Rob Ramage through waivers. I am not going to claim him. I have similar type defenseman. He's also 33 years old. So really not something that I'm going to be looking at. Claude Lemieux with a point streak. Jagger 5 goals streak. 13 games. Mario Lemieux 5 straight games. And 23 straight games with a point for Mario Lemieux. We don't expect anything less, and he's 27 years old. He's going to be great for a while. Alright, so looks like there's a little bit of a tendency with coaches to get upset at the media for poor coverage of the team or saying bad things about the team. So San Jose has 11 points. That's 6 less than us, by the way. So we're doing pretty good. Alright, Kelly Buckberger is back from his suspension. Bruce Firestone thinks that the season is disappointing. He's concerned about my work. Okay, so if I get that right, after the first month, he was happy even though we won only 1 game. Then we went 6-6-3 in the second month, but now he's concerned, and that's odd. Alright, and Boschman's razor cut feels a little bit better, apparently. Alright. So next game is at home against the New Jersey Devils. We've already played against them, and we trounced them, too. It felt pretty good. Alright. Alright, so Steve Yzerman was not able to get a point in his game against the Rangers. Alright, and we have Boschman, and Boschman's good, and Lonnie Loach is about to start skating again. Alright, nothing much to see here. So let's play that game against New Jersey at home. Looks like we're trying Larionov on the first line. Trying to shuffle things up after being shut out in the last game. Okay, Chris Terreri in net. So we trounced Brother last time, so I guess they're trying with a different goaltender this time, see if he can stop us. Woo! So yeah, we got rocked again. 8-2 loss. That will show me to brag and taunt the Devils. I guess they got hangry. So Claude Lemieux, little night here. Nothing to write home about. Just 4 goals and 3 assists for 7 points. Bobby Olick with a goal and 2 assists, and Scott Niedermayer with 3 assists. Scott Niedermayer, by the way, was one of my favorite players in the league, even though he never played for the Sens. I really liked Scott Niedermayer. Kind of broke my heart. We had to play him in the finals the year that we lost to the Ducks. I mean, I was happy for him to win the cup, but anyway. Alright, so Jody L scored for us with Norm McIver with an assist. So Norm McIver continues to get points. He had an assist on the other goal there by Bergquist. So yeah, we allowed too many shots. That's not good. Yes, a strong game. 7 points in a game. Even back in the 90s, that was pretty good. So, and that was 13 straight games for him with a point. Oh, quite a few guys on waivers here. So Brent Ashton. I don't know. Bradbury and Rob Murray. Brent Ashton's old and everything. I don't think so. If he were a bit younger, I might try him. So old, so I'm just not gonna worry about him. Alright, so David Shaw's suspension has ended. Wendell Clark is scoring goals, so 2 goals for 5 straight games. So Jim Johnson is suspended for 2 games. Jagger continues to tear it up. So is Lemieux with 24 straight games with a point. And Sakic was held pointless, and his own streak is over. Sakic is only 23 years old, going to be good for a very, very long time. Nobody on waivers today. We're playing the Flyers. Flyers are struggling, 9-13-2. Of course, they're ahead of us in the standings, but pretty much everybody is. But when I say they're struggling, is they have like those pretty decent players, but doesn't look like it's gelling together. Alright, keeping Larionov on the first line. So the captain is playing third line now. Let's see if we can cause some damage here. Sending Dominique Roussel in net. Struggling, only 2 wins in 10 games. And it's a win. Alright, first win of the month against the Flyers, 3-2. So they were kind of a wounded animal, so we took advantage of that. That's pretty good. All right, so we outshot them 38-31. That doesn't happen very often for us. Pretty good. Sylvain Turgeon a goal, Mark Peterson a goal and an assist, and Kent Painter with a goal. So all the scoring happened in the third period. Mark Lamb, King Painter, Sylvain Turgeon are our goal scorers. So it was a physical game, or at least many penalties. Terry Cartner got a misconduct for boarding there. So yeah, pretty happy with that result. Looking pretty good. Nice 1-goal game for us. Ooh, that's a lot of messages. Alright, Rick Zombo's suspension has ended. Gretzky is doing Gretzky things. Luke Robitaille is participating as well. Oh, Dave Barr is injured for 5 months. Claude Lemieux with more points again. And Jagger is continuing to have points. Nobody's surprised about that. Same with Lemieux. Larry Murphy had a good night with 4 assists. Again, Murphy was a really good player, but when you play with guys like Jagger and Lemieux every night, you're going to get your share of points. Paul Stanton even got 2 goals and 4 assists. Wow, the game of his life for Paul Stanton. Pretty good. 750 assists for Denis Savard. So I'm not really looking at that. So there we go. All set. I already explained in a previous episode why I'm not really looking at the scouting reports and why I let the computer just auto scout. That's because all of the leagues don't exist in an historical series. Hopefully one day it does. Wink wink. If one of the devs from the game is watching this for some reason, and I know that they probably have that on their plate to add at one point in time. It's small increments. The baseball game from that company was built, over time. They added a few features over time, and now it's a very solid game. Not that this game is not solid, but obviously it doesn't have as many features because it hasn't been out for as long. So, and in good news, if we look on the right, we have now officially passed the Hartford Whalers, so the Sens are not basement dwellers anymore. We're just right there on the last step going down, but we're not quite in the basement. All right, let's go. And we play Hartford soon too, so all right, we're gonna be playing the Capitals at home again, so it's a pretty long home stretch for us. Let's take a look here. So Claude Lemieux still tearing it up, so yeah, Claude Lemieux was never known for being a huge season guy, but he was known for being clutch in the playoffs. So he was a guy you were getting to play in the playoffs because you wanted a deep run. Steve Larmer with 500 assists. Yeah, not gonna worry about all of that. So we're playing the Capitals. How are they doing? Well, we lost to them 5-3, and yeah, they're struggling. 9-18-1. They actually have the same amount of points as us, so we can definitely pass them here with a win. So let's win this game. Ew, that didn't quite happen that way. So lost 6-1, so that's not good. So Dale Hunter with 3 assists game, Peter Bandra with 2 goals, and Randy Burridge with 2 goals as well. Again, I'm not too happy with the amount of shots that we got. Part of it is me. I probably should go and get better defense, but it's kind of hard in the first year. We really don't have much to trade unless I want to sacrifice Yashin, but I'm not going to do that. So yeah, who scored for us? Who's our lone hero? Oh god, it was 6-0. Bergquist from Jamie Baker and Jeff Lazaro took away the shutout bid. So definitely need to do better than that. There was no stopping Steve Tuttle, who had a hat trick. Good for you, buddy. Alright, playing against Hartford. Again, we're 1 point ahead. We did play 3 more games. We're going to need to win this game to stay ahead. Alright, so Paul Coffey with a streak of assists there. Same for Gretzky, and then the rest is all... Oh, no. That's where Robitaille plays for the Kings, too. So... And then a bunch of Penguin players with points and goals streak extended. So against Hartford, we definitely can win that. We won 2 out of 3 out of Hartford so far, so we can definitely win this game. We're playing on the road, so on the road looks like Rick Bowness wants to play the captain on the first line. So... Also, Brad Miller looks like he's back in the lineup. Okay, we can do this. Let's win this. Oh, Sean Burke is literally on fire. A 7-2 loss. So we're back to losing, but we're losing badly. That's what's scary. Losing 4-3 is what it is what it is, but losing 7-2 against Hartford, who is behind us in the standings, is a little concerning. Tim Kerr, he's having a pretty good season. 18 goals, 19 goals now, 2 goals and an assist. Murray Craven, 2 assists. Mark Jansen's a goal. So... Oh my god, they scored their 7 goals and then we scored 2 apparently. Yeah, we scored 2 in the third period. Turgeon and Thomas Jelinek. And we play the next day too in Boston. So Lemieux, Claude Lemieux, more points again. Kelly Kesio's back from his suspension, not injury, suspension. Alright, in Boston against the Bruins. again, I think they're struggling this season, but they have a better team than their record shows. Yeah, they're playing 500. There's something to back up. Reggie Lemon, Regent. And we lost 3-2. Let's take a look at some of the game stats here. So, alright, so Gordon Murphy, a goal and an assist. Norm McIver assisted on both of our goals. Seems to be a theme for him. He's producing a lot of offense, as we expected him to. And Adam Oates with a goal. So, did allow. Yeah, that's a little bit too many shots that I'd like. Looks like we were undisciplined. So Darcy Lowen L, the guy that led to a misconduct. That's interesting. Alright. Dave Archibald is now a left winger. So you are not a centerman anymore. I guess Rick Bonus has been playing you on the wing. Oh. So definitely not winning as much as we did last month. Oh, Michel Goulet played in his 1000th game in the NHL. Paul Coffey extends his assist streak. Same for Gretzky. But Robitaille only scored a goal. He didn't get an assist, so that's over for him. And Jim Johnson's suspension has ended. No waivers to look at. Next game is against Calgary. We beat them in Calgary at the start of November. Alright, Mikael Nylander is back from his suspension. Cicerelli had a pretty good game with 3 goals and an assist. Nick Lidstrom, which Nick Lidstrom is my favorite player that I have watched play. Even though he didn't play for the Sens, I know it's weird because I'm a Sens fan, but my favorite player is not Senator. I think my favorite Senator player, he wasn't the flashiest one, but it would have to be Anton Volchenkov. I really like Volchenkov. The way that he played back then, you could still, hit the way that he was without being suspended every other game. I really liked his play. So, alright. So, Nick Lidstrom here with a goal and an assist. Jagger continues to just produce. Not Claude Lemieux. That ended for him. And Mario Lemieux just tearing it up. With a goal and 2 assists. Didn't play much, only 14 minutes. Not a lot for a guy of his caliber. Alright, against the Flames, they have a lot of injuries if I remember correctly. So, looks like we're going to try to stick with Boschman on the first line. Oh, they're going with Andrei Trifilov. Because Mike Vernon is hurt. And that's a 6-3 loss. So we're not doing very good. So maybe it was all a smoke show there for the month of November. We showed that we could win a couple games and everything. But really not doing that good. Joe Nieuwendyk, goal and 3 assists. Gary Suter, 2 assists. And Al McInnes, a goal and an assist. So those who remember in those years, the Flames had they had quite a pretty good team. Guys like Theo Fleury, Joe Nieuwendyk, Gary Roberts, Gary Suter, Al McInnes, those are all star players, so they were pretty good. They just, after that cup run, it looks like they just couldn't put it together. I don't know what happened there. Don't know what happened because I was younger. It was the start of the 90s. There wasn't the internet, so the coverage of the Western teams, I wasn't seeing it as much and everything. You would just see what they were going to show you, basically. So who scored for us? Bradshaw on the power play. So 8 goals for Bradshaw. That's not bad at all. Generally speaking, obviously. Bergquist, 8th goal, and Larionov is 3rd goal. Of course, Larionov missed some time due to injury. Oh, John McIntyre has been suspended for 3 games. Paul Coffey was held off the score sheet. Not Gretzky, though he had 1 assist. Brettel with a good game, 3 goals and an assist. That was a pretty normal night for the Golden Brett. Cam Neely scored for a 5th straight game. Jaromir Jagr still tearing it up. Same for Lemieux. Just some scouting reports that I'm going to delete. Oh. So just before coming to play us, Dino Ciccarelli scored his 900th point in his career with a goal. Alright, still 2 points behind the Waiters, so a win here against Detroit would be great, but it is Detroit. They were really good. Their record shows it, 21-10-2, so I am definitely not expecting to win this game. The good old Tim Shelby in that. We lost only 4-2, I guess. Moral victory, maybe, to only lose 4-2 against the Wings. So, Yves Racine with 2 goals. Mark Lamb got a star with an assist, and Steve Yzerman scored the other 2 goals for the Red Wings. So, who scored for us? Turgeon, another goal, so he's 16th. And Bergquist on the power play. So, yeah, if you look at that here, not good. I'm not too happy with that. I know the Wings are overpowering and everything, but we ought to do better than that. Alright, so Gretzky, Robitaille, Jagr. Oh, Lemieux didn't get a point. Lemieux's streak ended at 28 games. 28 straight games with a point and it ended. And Joe Mullen had a good night with a goal and 4 assists. Wow, so Pittsburgh scored 6 goals and Mario Lemieux didn't get a point on any of them. That's pretty amazing in a way. Oh, we haven't heard from Lonnie in a little bit, so he's starting to train harder, so he should be back maybe within a week or so. Now we're playing against the Islanders, who are struggling, 12-19 on the year, 24 points. Keeping the captain on the first line. They're sending Mark Fitzpatrick in net. So Pierre Turgeon's having a pretty good year, 40 points in 31 games. Alright, we can do this. Let's go. Let's get a win. Lost 3-2. Alright, so Tom Curvers with a goal and an assist, Larionov an assist, and then Yui Krupp with 2 assists. Shots, yeah, not too bad. We were there, so it was a pretty tight game. It looks like maybe we took a few more penalties than they did, but all in all, it looked like it was a pretty tight game. So who scored for us? Doug Smale finally scored a goal. And Laurie Boschman, the captain, scored a goal as well. So we were close, but didn't quite make it. John Drews has a good game in a 6-6 tie with a hat trick. And in the same game, Brian Noonan of Chicago got a hat trick as well. Jagger just continues to get points. So I have a couple guys that are hurt. So I have like Dave Archibald that's hurt here. He's day to day, so I'm not gonna do anything about it. There you go. I think that's what I'm gonna. I think that's gonna be a lot more smart to have the injuries here so that it grabs my attention, because you don't always get an email if it's an injury that I think either it's not like a really good player, or the injury is kind of minor. But even some minor injuries can be like a week, 1 to 2 weeks. So in that case, I prefer to recall somebody. So if I have it there on the bottom right, it's gonna grab my attention when I see more names in there that used to be there. Okay. Next game is going to be in Toronto. So Gretzky still getting points, but not Robitaille. Kevin Todd with a 4 assist game. Pretty good. Dave Archibald doing better. Lonnie Loach as well. So is Rob Murphy. Right on time for Christmas. Everybody's starting to feel better. It's the holidays, that's why. Alright, in Toronto, they're struggling a little bit. 13, 14, and 3 for 29 points. Alright, let's get a second win this month. Let's make this at least a 2-win month. We can beat the Leafs. They have Potvin in net. Not gonna be easy. Let's go. Let's go, guys. We can do this. Oh, 2-1. So I guess my computer, again, my machine is listening to me, I guess. Heard me say that we were losing by too much, so now we're losing by 1 goal. Oh, lots of penalties. Sylvain Lefebvre, a goal and an assist. Sylvain Turgeon, a goal. And Potvin with a bunch of saves, basically. So Turgeon scored for us. Shots are equal, so that's pretty good. In the 90s, 30-something shots on goal is pretty common, so I'm not too upset about that. Another tight game that we ended up losing. Oh, Bradshaw is hurt. That could hurt us because he was playing pretty decent. Ooh, torn ankle ligaments. That's going to take a while. Yeah, 5 months. Alright, so one of our best defensemen, I mean, he did have 25 points in 35 games. That's not bad. So one of our best defensemen is basically gone for the rest of the season here, so we're going to need to take care of that. Alright, so I'm going to send him to the injury list, of course, because he's not going to be back anytime soon. Now I have to recall somebody. I have 2 right D that I can look at. If I like it, I'm gonna call one up. If not, it's gonna be a left D. So Dominic Lavoie, 14 points in 26 games. That's not bad. Looks like has a little bit of untapped potential. Lots of minutes of penalties though, 51. Then Mark Osicki with 13 points in 24 games. So he's a little bit more offensive. Yeah, I think I'm going to recall Lavoie. Bradshaw was a little bit offensive. I need Even if it's gonna be just a little bit of a boost, I need a little bit of boost there. So congratulations, sir. You are now a part of the Ottawa Senators. All right. Gonna look at all those messages. So Gretzky points. Gretzky. Oh, but his assist streak ended since he only scored. Robert Reichel with a hat trick. Suspension is over for McIntyre. Oh, Sergei Fyodorov is suspended. 7 games. Wow. He looks funny on his face. What's with that face? I can't open him from here. What about from here? That's not your best profile picture you've ever had, buddy. That's funny. Jagger with more points. Mario Lemieux had a great game after not getting a point on 6 goals from his team. He had 4 goals. There you go. Got upset a little bit. Oh, John Paddock might be fired. Yeah. Sens fan recognized the name, probably. More than likely, unless you're a very recent Sens fan. Alright, so bunch of injured players that are good to go. Now look here. Alright. There you go. Lonnie Loach is ready to come back. We're gonna need to take care of that. Alright, I'm going to send back Darcy Lowan. You have 1 assist in 9 games. You're going back down. And I am reinstating Lonnie Loach. Welcome back, buddy. We missed you. We lost a lot without you. Ooh, Al Arbor might be fired. He's like a legend. No. Alright, playing against the Washington Capitals next game. As we are almost at Christmas. So Lonnie Loach comes back. I believe he's played pretty much always on the 3rd line, so he's kind of back there. We're playing the guy I called up, Dominique Lavoie. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 8-3 win. Look at that. Those roster moves changed everything. Maybe not. Let's see. Lonnie Loach came back, had a goal and 3 assists. Pretty good. Gord Deneen, a goal and 2 assists. And Norm McIver, 3 assists. So pretty good game. And Dominic Lavoie got his first point on his first game being called up. So definitely did really good here. That was a pretty offensive game. Both teams got over 40 shots on goal. That's a lot. Yep. And of course, Jagger just continues to tear the league. He's probably going to win some awards. Okay, Sylvain Turgeon is hurt for about 2 days. Do I have to... Okay, I don't have to do anything really. He might not play the next game. 400 goals for Steve Yzerman. Pretty good. Great night for Lidstrom with 5 assists. I wish we had players that would constantly perform like this. Alright, and 15 point streak for Gretzky. Pretty good. Alright, playing the Blackhawks. They have Ep.4 in net and Jeremy Roenick, and they have a pretty decent team. Although they have a lot of ties. 15, 13, and 7. Chris Chelios, of course. It's going to be a tough game, but we can do it. Let's go. We lost 5-2. Oh. Yeah, I don't like the shots. So first thing that pops up, we got dominated all game again. So we have those games still happen from time to time. It's gonna get better over time as we get better players. With what I have right now, that's sadly going to happen. So Steve Larmer had 3 goals, Roenick 2 assists, and Brian Noonan a goal. Those are the 3 stars. Who scored for us? We had 2 goals. Norm McIver scored. And Jeff Lazaro on the power play. So a little bit of power play time for Jeff Lazaro there. There was no stopping Steve Larmer. Yeah, we know. We were there. So looks like right after Christmas we're going to have a back-to-back against the Nordiques. So pretty good time to be beat twice. Right, we can blame it on the Christmas turkey. Alright, so Turgeon is not injured anymore. Oh. Winnipeg left wing Andy Brickley was injured yesterday while helping a friend moving. I think we've seen that a few times. So, looks like the injury is always 2 weeks when we get that news thing. Maybe that one happens a little bit too often, I think. It's been happening like once a month. I can pretty sure that we don't see one NHL player a month go down with an injury because they're helping friends moving. So maybe tone it down a little bit would be great. Okay, so against the Nordiques this year we are 0-1-1. St. Louis players reinstating Team Kangaroo Court. There has been talk of several members of the Blues reinstating the long-dormant Kangaroo Court in the team's dressing room. There's too much horsing around and too many unwritten rules getting broken. Someone's got to step up and make these guys accountable again, said team leader Ron Wilson, with a wide smile on his face. I'm nominating myself as the judge, jury, and executioner. So, kind of a funny tidbit of just some news right after Christmas. Alright, so we're playing in Quebec City for the first game. Gonna be tough. I mean, they might only be 5th, but they have a really good team. Joe Sakic with 48 points in 33 games. It's pretty good. We're facing Ron Extall. Ugh, 3-0 loss. Owen Nolan with 2 goals, Joe Sakic with 2 assists, and Raglan with a goal. So again, we had 12 shots on goal, probably Ron Extall's easiest shutout of his career. So we got dominated all game again. I don't like that. Oh, after Fyodorov, it's Adam Oates' time to be suspended. So the star players are getting suspended left and right this month. 7 games for him as well. Wow. Kem Neely had 4 goals. Wayne Gretzky still putting up points. Right, now we're playing at home against the Nordiques. Again, it's going to be a tough game. Not going to be any easier than the one we played the night before. So Ron Extall again in net. Well, look at that. Almost exact same result. Lost 3-0. We had barely any shots on goal. They had a lot more. All in all, a really bad performance. Mark Vermette with 2 goals. Scott Young 2 assists. Claude Lapointe a goal. We were undisciplined. Outmatched, outplayed. That's bad. 2-3-0 losses in a row. That's just bad. Joe Mullen, 900 points in his career. Yeah. Then Penguin players with a bunch of points. And let's take a look. I'm not paying you guys to not do anything, even though I don't look at your reports at all. You need to go out there and work. Sounds just like a good old corporation. I'm not paying you to do anything, so I'm gonna have you do completely useless work just for the sake of saying that I'm making you work. Seen in every workplace ever. All right. Oh. Someone got busted. Curtis Joseph pays for mishap. Apparently the St. Louis Kangaroo Court really is in effect. Youngster Curtis Joseph was fined by Judge Ron Wilson for the seemingly harmless infraction of stepping on the team logo in the middle of the locker room floor. That's a big no-no, Wilson said. Come on, you should know better than that. Walk around the logo. Other teammates agreed as Joseph hung his head in shame and grudgingly forked over the money. Let this serve as a lesson, added Wilson. Don't mess with the Kangaroo Court or you will pay. So just a fun tidbit of news. Brian Bellows, point streak, 12 games. No stopping Peter Klima with a hat trick. So more points for Gretzky. Memorable game for Derek King, who had 5 goals. Yeah, that's pretty memorable. And a night to remember for Pat Falloon as well, who had 4 goals and an assist, as San Jose surprised the Vancouver Canucks. Alright, so we are approaching the last game of the month, which will be against the Red Wings. We've seen them already. It wasn't pretty the first time. Well, 42, but Zamnov and Luciano Borsato pitch in at local homeless shelter. So it is always good to see local athletes use their popularity and status for the good of the community. Today, Alexei Zamnov and Luciano Borsato pitched in at local homeless shelter, serving meals for hundreds of underprivileged citizens. It's the least we can do, added Zamnov. I don't do it because I'm a member of the Jets. I do it because I care about the community. There's plenty of women and young children among those people, and giving them a hot meal uplifts me as well. Seeing the looks of appreciation on their faces makes it all worth it. Alright, so I believe when players do that, it ups their character values. So that's pretty good. Oh, so there was a poll for among the players in the league, and Pavel Bure was named the best skater. Hardest shot, Al McInnes, yes, he had one of those. Smartest, Wayne Gretzky, I can see that. Toughest, Bob Probert, yes. Fastest, Pavel Bure, yes, sure. Best role model, Steve Yzerman, I can see that. Cleanest, Joe Mullen. Toughest goalie to beat, Dominik Hasek. When he was on his game, he was so good. And coach you'd most like to play for, Scotty Bowman of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Alright, so the last game of the month in Detroit against the Red Wings at the Joe Louis Arena. Of course, that arena that's not where the Wings play anymore. All right. That would be awesome to end the month with a win, but it's the Wings, so I'm not going to hold my breath. They're sending Tim Chevalday again, who is completely on fire. And we won by shutout against the Red Wings on the road. Oh my god. I would not have bet any money on this game. So it's our turn to win 3-0 after being shut out 3-0 2 games in a row. Daniel Bertillon was totally the first star of that game. 40 shots against, and he stopped them all. Dominic Lavoie had an assist, and Jamie Baker had a goal. So I allowed maybe a little bit too many shots, and I would have liked a little bit more shots, but hey, you don't complain when you win 3-0 in Detroit against the Red Wings with the team they had back then. Yeah. So we were a lot more disciplined here. That probably played a role. They couldn't really get their power play going. So definitely a really good game. So Lazaro scored, Norm McIver on the power play, and then Jamie Baker scored as well. So we're ending the month on a pretty good note. So let's see here. Take a look at the news. Brian Bellows, Jaromir Jagr, 25.3. He's about to beat Lemieux's streak from earlier in the season. Goal streak of 6 for Lemieux. Gretzky, 18 games. So that's the end of the month. So we're getting a development report. So we see that a lot of our players got better a little bit, and then I have those 3 goaltenders here that are not getting any better, including Peter Sidarkowicz, who's playing on the team. His skating got worse. Well, maybe not the end of the world. Back then, the goaltenders weren't getting out of their net all that much, or not as much as now, I should say. So and the player of the months are Brian Leach and Kirk McLean. So I guess Brian Leach had a pretty good month. All right, so we're the first. Nobody on waivers. So we're gonna almost call this a video here. Gonna take a look at our stats. So excuse me. So we're only 1 point away from what the Sens did in real life. So I really think we're going to be able to get to 25 points. It would be really bad if we can't. But I do think it looks like we're going to get at least 25 points. So that's going to be a win for me. Let's take a look at a few of the stats here. So last... like Hartford is within reach, but we played more games than them and everything, so we'll have to see. So let's take a look at the... No. Wrong drop down. Okay. Alright, so Norm McIver continues to be our offensive player, so he's still a point per game, 40 points in 40 games. That's really good. I mean, for the team we have, he's a defenseman and everything. He brought his... differential back from minus 22 to minus 20, so he was +2 for the month. We'll take it. So just all around, he's pretty much our best player. But Sylvain Turgeon's having a pretty good year with 17 goals. That's pretty good. I mean, there's only 2 players that have double-digit goals. The other one is Jonas Bergquist, which I got right at the start of the season to play for us. Larionov has 20 points in 26 games, so he's pretty much doing what I got him for. Be there, play offensive, set up plays. He's a +1 too, so he's not killing us in that regard for the people who believe in that stat. So all in all, we're doing pretty good. Well, we're not doing pretty good, but the stats don't look too terrible. Yeah, Doug Smale is still struggling. Dominic Lavoie, 3 points in 5 games since I called him up. Pretty good. What else stands out there? Nothing much. We have some decent-ish offense, I guess. It's really our defense that kills us. All of those games with 50 plus shots against, that's what's killing us. And we're not very disciplined either. So I'll keep that in mind when it's going to be time to go and get players. I'm going to try to get players that are smart with the puck and that don't take too many penalties. I think that's going to be a focus. I think Rick Bonus is going to agree with me and appreciate my efforts in doing that. So we might make moves next month. I don't have any hopes of making the playoffs or anything like that, so it's not going to be that type of move. But if I see maybe an opportunity to get a younger-ish player, I have a lot of 30-somethings on the team. So if I have the chance to get maybe somebody a little bit younger, I'm going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and save the game, and we're going to call this a video. As usual, thank you for tuning in, and please, if you do like the series, feel free to like the video and also subscribe to get notifications. That's always appreciated. And until I roll this game next time, see you later. Thank you.